Welcome to forming chords out of notes. Notes to chords. It's very important to learn how to form a chord. And I know you can look in a book and you can see that this is a G and you can play it. But why is that a G? Because of the notes that are involved in that chord, we know it's a G. And we're not going to get too much into depth in keyboards and things like that. I'm just going to explain to you that notes come in half steps. Now, on a keyboard, and I'm going to go ahead and mention it, on a keyboard you will see black keys and white keys. The black keys and the white keys, the difference is the white keys are whole notes, not as in time signature, but major notes. And the black keys, the smaller ones, are the sharps and flats in between. Notice that they're in groups of 2 and then 3. If you were on the other side of the B at the end of this little short section, it would start over at C and continue. Now you can see that the C and the B would be side by side with no black key in between them, and then the pattern would continue 2 black, 3 black, 2 black, 3 black, with 2 whites together in between each set. That's to separate the sharps and the flats. You'll notice that from the C to the black key is a half step. Any 2 notes side by side is a half step. You can see that the C is a half step up to the C sharp or the D flat, because the D, the next white note, if you go to the left, it would go to that black note, and that would be a D flat. So whether it's a C sharp or D flat is irrelevant. It only matters to keyboard players who are playing with sheet music. Right now, we don't care on the guitar whether it's a C sharp or a D flat. Then you'll notice from the D to the E, there's a black note in between. That's the half step, and it's either a D sharp or an E flat. But between the E and the F, there is no black note. So between the E and the F is a half step. And then from the F to the G, you'll see another black key, and that is an F sharp or G flat. Then to the G, which is a half step up from G flat. To the right would be G sharp or A flat, followed by the A. All these are half steps. And then up to the A sharp or B flat, then to the B, and then it would start over with a half step to the C with no black note in between. And the keyboard would start over and continue ad infinitum, forever. The reason the black keys are shorter is because it makes the keyboard shorter. Because if they were all the same size, then it would be extremely long. Also, it makes the sharps and flats stand out. Now on the guitar, we do not have a standout for the sharps and flats. So it's important to learn the major scale so that you'll know what you're dealing with. Now you should know how to tune your guitar by now, so you should know that the bottom string, the 1 string, is an open E. The 2nd string is an open B. The 3rd string, an open G. The 4th string, an open D. The 5th string, an open A. And the last string, the same as the first, open E. Now, knowing that these are your starting positions, then you know, or you should know, that each fret is a half step. So from the E to the F, because there is no flat or sharp between them, we go E, F on the 1st fret. That would mean F sharp, G, A flat or G sharp, A, B flat or A sharp, B, C, D flat or C sharp, D, E flat or D sharp, and then finally back to E. Notice that your guitar starts over on the 15th fret, right here. This is the same as moving the neck from here to here. So each step down, you're virtually shortening the neck of the guitar. So now, how do we determine what notes make a chord? We do that with a numbering system. Numbering system takes the numbers in that key or in that chord and the scale numbers. Let's take the key of C. I say the key of C because the key of C has no sharps or flats whatsoever. All right. So in the key of C, you start with the C note. That's the 1. The 2 is a full step up. Now remember this pattern. Full step, half step, full step, full step, half step. It's the same as the chords or the notes that I showed you here. 2 and 3. Full step, look at the white keys, full step, half step, full step, half step. That's the way that the key of C is designed. The chord C is, let me rephrase, the interval of the key of C and the chord C is the same. It's 1 through 7, and then it starts over again. The pattern is full step, half step, full step, half step. Okay? 2 full steps, a half step, 3 full steps, a half step, and it starts over. That being said, if I put my finger on a C note on the guitar, and the picture I showed you of the keyboard is from middle C, so we'll find middle C on the guitar. This is middle C on the guitar. It's the 3rd fret of the 5th string. Because remember, this is an open A. This would be B flat. This would be B. This would be C. And that's middle C on the piano. So if you play the middle C on the piano, it should harmonize with the C that you're playing here. So now the scale would be a full step, that's 2 frets, to D. A full step, that's 2 frets to E. A half step, that's 1 fret to F. A full step to G. A full step to A. Full step to B. And a half step back to C. That's the scale on that string. Now keep in mind all of the strings have their own scale. This one's in the E, this one's in B, G, D, A, and E. So now, let's talk about a C chord. The chord is made up of the 1, the 3, and the 5 of your note scale. 1 is the C, right? If we go up a full step, that's a D, that's the 2. Go up another full step, and it's an E, that's the 3. We're worried about the 1, the 3, and the 5. E. A half step to the 4 is an F, and a full step to the 5 would be a G. So the chord C is made up of the C, the E, and the G. So now, I'm going to play a C chord. It should be a chord you're familiar with. It is the 2nd string, 2nd fret, or 2nd string, 1st fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, and 5th string, 3rd fret. There's your C, right? Why is that a C? Let's examine it. I'm playing the open E string. E is what? It's the 3 in the C scale. Then I'm playing the B string on the 1st fret, which is a C, which is the 1 of the scale. I'm playing an open 3rd string, that's a G, that's the 5. I'm then putting my finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, which is an E, that's the 3. Then I'm putting my finger on the middle C, which is the 1, and playing the open E, which is a 3. All of the strings are either C, E, or G. That's the 1, 3, 5 of the note scale. That's a C chord. Let's look at another familiar chord, G. Now if I start with G and I go up a full step to the 2, that's an A flat, A. Another full step, B flat, B, that's my 3. And then I go up another, a half step from the B, that is a C. Then I go up a full step to the D flat, D. So in the chord G is made up of the 1, 3, 5, which is the G, B, and D. Why is that a G? Because I'm playing an E on the 3rd string, which is a G. We'll skip ahead and just say I'm also playing the G on the top string because I'm playing the same fret. Because as you know, a G is 2nd string, 5th string, 2nd fret, 6th string, 3rd fret, and 1st string, 3rd fret. These 3 are open. Why? G, the next one's an open B, that's the 3. The next one's an open G, that's the 1. The next one's an open D, that's the 5. This one is because it's the A string and I'm playing a G, which is, a B, which is 2, a full step up the B, that's the 3, and then I'm playing again the G. That's why that's a G chord. You can take any chord, an A, and you can start with the root note as the 1, go 2 intervals, in other words, a full step, another full step, that'll give you the 3, go a half step, and then another full step, and that'll give you the 5. And you can get it. So the chord D is made up of the D, the F sharp, and the A. That's a D. Let's examine. I have an open E on the 2nd fret. That makes it an F sharp. That's the 3. I'm playing the B string on the 3rd fret, which is B, C, D. That's the 1. I'm playing the G string on the 2nd fret, which is G, A flat, A, and that's the 5. And then I'm playing an open G, right? An open D, sorry. That's the 1. I'm playing an open A, that's the 5. And I'm playing an open E. But wait a minute. The chord D is 1, 3, and 5, which is D, F sharp, and A. E isn't in there. Correct. So you don't play this top string. You play only the bottom 5 strings when you play a D. Or you're not playing a D. If you add that E, you're playing a whole different chord. And we'll talk about augmenting and diminishing and so on and so forth in another video. But right now, just the basic chord D, that's a D. The interesting thing about a C, and we already talked about why this is a C, is that you'll hear this. Toggling back and forth between the 5th and the 6th. Now, I can play a full C like this. I'm adding the top string. Is it still a C? Yes, because now I'm playing the G note. And remember, C is C, E, and G, and so that fits perfectly right in there. Keep that in mind when we talk about bar chords and playing with a capo in another video. Keep that in mind. But that is why chords are the way they are. Now, if I play an F, we've already mentioned that to play a D, a true D, you don't ever touch the top string. But with an F, it's the same thing. If you count out your notes in an F, you're going to find that you should not play the top string. If you play the top string, then you have, well, for example, a C, or let's just go through the F. E, F, I'm going to have to press that one. By the way, an F, if you're looking at the 1, 3, 5, an F is F-A-C, 1, 3, 5. F, then we play the B string on the 2nd fret, that's a C. By the way, if I just play those two, it's an F. Then I play the second fret on the 3rd string. And since the 3rd string is a G, that's G, A flat, A, that's the 3. Then I play the 3rd fret on the 5th string, the D string, and that's a D, E, flat, E, F. There's my F. Now the next string, if it is open, the 5th one, and that's an A, so that's okay, because F, A, C are the 3 notes I'm going for. But the top one is again the E, and it doesn't go into the chord progression or the note progression. So when I play an F, I can only play, again, the bottom 5 strings. Now I can make a full F, a fuller F, by playing the 3rd string on the A, or 3rd fret on the A string, which is B flat, B, C. That's cool. Still an F. But what about this top string? If I'm going to play the top string, I have to play it as a bar chord. That's so that I can press that top string. Now I'm using my finger here as a bar. That makes this top E the same as the bottom E, an F. So now I have a complete F chord. We'll talk more about that when we talk about bar chords, because that is a bar chord, and playing with a capo. But for now, I want you to know that the notes make up a chord. It's the 1, the 3, and the 5. Follow this pattern. Full step, that's to the 3. Half step, full step will be to the 5. So start with C. C, E, G. Key of D. D, F sharp, A. Key of E. E, G sharp, B. Key of F. F, A, C. Key of G. G, B, D. And the key of A, C sharp, E. Once you know that, you know why this is the chord G. And you'll know anywhere on the neck, when you're playing a note, how that note becomes a chord, and the relationship between what sounds good and what sounds bad. Why that's not a chord. But this is. So what chord am I making? It depends on the strings you're playing and the notes you're playing on each string. That's what makes up a chord. In the next video, we'll talk about chords to keys and how a triad of chords make up a key, and how to find out how to play by ear. You ever seen somebody pick up a guitar and just start playing the song they never heard, or they've only heard a couple of times? It's because they found the key and they go from there. You'll be able to do that too. So until next time, keep playing. Play with those chords.